afternoon, Swirly Nation. And welcome back to the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex for the final game of the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite Showcase between the New Jersey Rockets and your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. In the immortal words of Badger Bob Johnson, it's a great day for hockey. A 1:30 start here for your Pens Elite. A 1:30 start for the actual Pittsburgh Penguins down at PPG Paints Arena. We're here to bring you the real action, though. Pee Wee Minor, AAA hockey. Penguins on the weekend, undefeated. 1-0-2. A win in this one, and they will come away with the crown for the weekend. As the Buffalo Sabres in the current lead have completed all of their games, they are 2-1-1. These New Jersey Rockets, 0-1. 0-2-1. Sorry, 0-2-1. So it's the final game here of the Pens Elite Showcase. The starting lineup is brought to you by the training table here at the Lemieux Sports Complex. A full house here to watch in net number 29, Preston Bowie Clutter-Nini's favorite goaltender. On defense, 16, Dalton Julius, 77, Jake Starr. At wing, number 20, Cruz Armstrong. Number 9, William Sproul. And at center, number 78, Austin Wu, with a big game-tying goal against these Rockets late in the game yesterday. These two teams played to a 2-2 tie yesterday as William Sproul picks the puck up, tries to dangle into the offensive zone, will work it the whole way to the corner. Followed on by Armstrong, wedged up the wall to be kept by Starr. Starr all the way to the corner. Kicked around by New Jersey. They'll try a breakout. There's Wu and now Sproul with the puck. Sproul tries to toe drag around the defenseman out of the corner, gets it knocked away, but it's kept by Starzy at the point. He whacks it towards the middle, and that'll be a breakout coming up for the Rockets. The Rockets in gray today, gray uniforms, black shoulders, and a script rocket across the chest. The Penguins in black, the black unis with the gold Pens logo on the chest. Black pants, gold or black socks, and everything's got the gold striping to go along with the iconic gold Pens Elite helmet. It'll be Evans picking it up behind the net. Defended well, he'll work it to the point for Ofterhide, who brings it out of the zone and an offside play. Filiaggi, Reel, and Evans reunited at least for period number 1 here. Filiaggi wins the draw to Ofterhide. Ofterhide up to Evans. Evans looking to the middle for Filiaggi. Tips just wide. Evans will fire one on net, kicked aside. Evans back to the puck. Takes a bit of a whack. He cuts to the inside. Winding, firing, kicked away. Wrap around and it's, I thought that went in by Filiaggi. Reel back to the puck as the Penguins control play here early. They kind of did the same in the game yesterday and weren't able to really pot a puck. So the Penguins looking to break the scoreboard early here. Villela will keep at the point. Up for Reel. Reel has Evans. He'll wind. He'll fire. It skips just wide. Waving at it, Filiaggi, but he'll pick it up behind. He was going for a deflection. Now Villela. Villela back up for Filiaggi. He'll shoot one. That's off the chest and covered. As the Penguins, with a number of quality chances on that shift as well, we'll get a complete line change here. 5 new flightless birds. It'll be Paris, Carter, and Shub, with Julius and the fine wine, David Merlot. Pickpocketed by Shuby at the point. He'll send it back to Julius. He keeps it. Another centering feed is picked off, and back come the Rockets. Into the Penguins' end for a drop pass. Yedwab shoots it towards the net. Paris will get hooked up a bit as he comes through center. He's able to work it over to his partner, Merlot, who's tripped on the play. Play continues to the corner. Merlot back on the puck. Penguins activating the D early here. Merlot comes out, he tries to hit Shub, and Shub got hit by a sniper's bullet and falls down just inside the FedEx logo. Pens will retreat to get the puck. Merlot to Paris. Paris gains the offensive zone. Penguins back into the Rocket end. Ice tilted here for the first 4 minutes, 3 minutes, I guess. Jedwab plays it back to the Pens line where Star gets control. He wheels into the offensive zone on offside plays. He kind of tapped it over to Shub, and it cut in front, just a bit offsides. We'll get a reset in the neutral zone. 11:40 to play in the first. Wu, Armstrong, and Sproul with Star and Villela, the 5 Penguins. Face-off swipe back by Wu. Into the Pen zone where Villela is under pressure. Uses the body expertly to protect the puck. Plays it behind the net where it's swiped away by the Rockets. Star there to defend behind the net. Up the wall for Sproul. Sproul loses control to the defenseman. It'll be dumped to the opposite corner for Armstrong. As the Rockets get their first bit of sustained pressure, it'll be Austin Wu picking it up behind his own cage and carrying out. Through center. Into the offensive zone, right wing corner. He fires it to the middle. He was looking for Armstrong, defended well by the Rockets. And brought back out. It is a 1-on-2 here. Weaving into the Pens end and shooting it wide of Clutter, but picking it up in the corner. Star will win a battle there, twisting off the wall. Star protects, up to Wu, Wu to Sproul. Sproul trying for Armstrong right to the feet of a forward, and the Pens defenseman Ofterhide able to pick off what would win a dangerous pass to the side of the net. It's popped back into the Pens end to be picked up by Merlot. Merlot rims it around, and the Penguins will get the puck all the way to the Rockets end. Evans in pursuit. He hands it off to Filiaggi on the forecheck as it's wedged by Reel on the opposite side. Penguins without an F3 there. But Reel still able to get back and get control. Now Evans looking in front for the stick of Filiaggi. It's tapped in on goal and a great save. Penguins, Filiaggi turning in the corner. He'll get it to Evans at the top. His pass intended for Reel off the skate of Shen over to Ofterhide. He'll fake one way, throw one in front. Whacked aside by the Rockets, battled for and brought out to center. Will be chipped in by Shen. Behind his own net is Jack Reel with speed through the neutral zone. He's got Evans, and trailing is Filiaggi. He'll wind and fire one off the skate of a defender, and back come the Rockets no further than Julius, but he loses control of the FedEx logo, and it's danger back the other way. Back checking Julius. As Jedwab's pass to Albu doesn't connect, it'll be Brody Carter. He finds it on the half wall at center, getting it to Filiaggi, who gives a dump. And the Penguins are going to change while Evans changed earlier, so Carter's able to get in on the forecheck, trying to break up the Jersey breakout. Dumped in to the corner, picked up by Paris. He'll rim it around, and Star lets it go through to Carter. And the Pens will whack it back out to center for the Rockets to set up. Rockets up the right side. There's Paris. Now Star. Star up for Paris. Turnover there, and Star will come away with it. Penguins may be getting away with a trip on that. It'll be sent across for Shub. It's off his stick to the half wall. He'll battle all the way there as he dumps it in for Star. Star kind of grabbed a hold of that's a bit of interference. He was just skated by the puck, by the defender. He'll turn it back in front. Shot comes in, blocked. Rebound bouncing over the stick of Shub. Cleared by New Jersey. Can they get it out? They will. But it'll be Carter and now Villela at center. Villela with a nice pirouette at center ice to drive back into the Rocket end. All the way, a power forward move to the net. As the Rockets will clear the front of the cage after the whistle. 7:54 to play in the first period. We're bringing to you the Penguins and the New Jersey Rockets live from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. 0-0 game here in the first period. Past Sproul to the corner. Wu will get there in support. Taps it over to Armstrong. He has to kind of ramp up his stick, but he's able to get control back to Wu. Wu looking to center. It'll come just over the stick of Sproul. Dumped back in by Villela. Wu gets there. Sproul able to dislodge it, but can't get the shot through. Now Ofterhide at the point. Sending it across to Wu. Wu into the offensive zone. Cutting to the middle. Weaving between two players. All the way to the corner for a centering pass that eludes the stick of Sproul. He swiped at it. It was just kind of inside towards the feet. Couldn't get the stick there. Armstrong with a nice deflection into the offensive end. And the Penguins will get in on the forecheck again. This time it's Sproul. Rimmed around by New Jersey. Out to center. It's a 2-on-2. Real on the back check. Breaks the play up. He's hauled down in the corner, and the Pens are going to head to a power play. New Jersey gets control. Real tripped behind the net. And the Penguins are going to be on the Sir Pizza power play. Speaking of the Sir Pizza power play, if you're at Sir Pizza right now, you're watching it live. Welcome to everybody sitting at Sir Pizza as it's on the big screen. And I believe they have a record capacity of 387 people at Sir Pizza right now for this live broadcast of your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. It'll be Luca Filiaggi to take the faceoff. They'll win it back to Merlot. Merlot over to Julius. Julius driving right down Main Street, shooting one that's blocked. Spun back out by the Rockets, and it'll get... No, not out the center. Merlot with the hustle to keep it in. Now Real behind the net. He'll swoop out in front, shooting one backside for Merlot. Bouncing puck eludes his stick, but he'll pick it up in the corner. He'll reverse to the corner for Evans. Has it roll off his stick, but taps it right to Jack Real. And there's the Evans to Real combo again. That's like the 37th time this weekend that Evans has been able to set up Jack Real, who snipes it glove hand side to give the Penguins a lead. That was going to be Real from Evans and Merlot. Merlot crashing down the boards to keep the puck in. Was able to work it to Evans. Kind of had to oddly roll off his stick, but at the last second wedged it forward right to the stick of Real at the side of the cage. And the real deal, Jack Real made no doubt about it, as the Penguins are right back in the Rockets' end. We're without color commentator Colby Armstrong today, as previously mentioned, the Pittsburgh Penguins are currently engaged in a tussle with the Carolina Hurricanes. Kotkaniemi has given the Hurricanes a 1-0 lead in that game. First place in the Metro Division on the line there. First place in the Pens Elite Showcase on the line here. Flipped up and past the Rocket forward out the center, where it's taken by Paris, and now Shub. Shub will wedge it back to the Rocket zone. Played D to D. Swiped away by Starr. He'll lead it up the ice for Shub. Shub with a pass across to Carter. Carter working it in. Protecting the puck all the way to the half wall, now corner. Supported by Paris as Carter comes off. He'll send it back to the point, tipped by a Rocket, but just enough to allow Ofterhide to explode towards the puck. Weaving to the middle. Shooting one that's fought off and swiped to the corner. Nice job there by the goaltender to clear the rebound himself. Shot from Starr, an absolute howitzer, wide of the mark. Now Ofterhide, he's tripped up on the play, no call, and back come the Rockets. Off the boot of Armstrong, it's a 2-on-1 for New Jersey. Wu on the back check, disrupting the puck carrier, and it'll be Merlot coming away with it to Armstrong. Armstrong whips it all the way across the ice. He's trying for Sproul. It was behind him, and it'll be an icing on the Penguins. 4:34 to play, first period action here from the Lemieux Center. We want to welcome all of you out there, all of you in Swirly Nation. Please visit our website, citytv.com. You will find a new feature, folks. the merchandise store. Get your Swirly Nation merch. Merlot rims it behind. We'll also get that link brought up here for you on the chat later. You can find it on Twitter. You can find it on Facebook. It'll be the Penguins working the half wall of the offensive zone right-hand side. It's Armstrong and Wu battling in the corner now. It'll be the Rockets. Pressured by Armstrong, spun back in, but Yedwab will get control. Swiped that by Sproul. Back come the Rockets. 2-on-1 here. As the back pressure from Sproul, the back check of Merlot, and the defense of Alfterheide make that a moot point as well. The Rockets back to the Penguin line. Moving the puck pretty well here. And able to dump it into the Penguin zone. 3:35 to play. As it's sent back up off the stick of Armstrong, and the Pens are getting a line change. It'll be Evans on the forecheck as the Rockets come up their left side. Picked up by Clutter, stopping and starting. Starr gets to it, banks it off, like kind of fans on a pass. Evans tries to bank it off the boards and can't clear the zone. Not once, but twice, as it comes to the middle for a one-timer that's a couple inches, maybe a foot over the net of Clutter. And back comes Rio. Rio cuts to the middle. Defended, and he'll carry it all the way around to the top of the circle. Over for Julius. Julius. Evans in front. Deflected in front. Rebound now. Can't get control, and back come the Rockets. Rio on the back check. Starr defending to the outside. Puck wedged free in front. It's off the post behind Clutter. A spinning shot. Defended by Filiaggi, picked up by Evans. Evans taps it forward, and the Rockets will get control. Rio down to his knees trying to block that pass. It'll be Julius to the puck. His first breakout deflected. Second one, stick on puck. Rio will rim it all the way to the Rockets zone for an icing. Penguins get a little bit out of short there at center ice. They'll ice the puck in 2:14 to play first period. Faceoff will come back to the Pens' end. Rockets with a couple of chances here in the last 2 or 3 minutes in the Penguins zone. I don't think anything on net, but they had that one-timer that sailed high of the cage. I know we have people from New Jersey. We usually have a couple New Jersey fans of the Pens anyway. I know some of your families out there. My brother lives in the area as well, New Jersey native, or not native, but resident. As a lifelong Pennsylvanian, I appreciate New Jersey. Oh, there's a hit from behind. No call. Down goes Carter. Hopefully he's okay. That's a dangerous hit. Penguins, Carter gets to his feet and heads to the bench. Pens will put a new unit on the ice. Face-off won by New Jersey. Defended by Villela. He'll play it up to Sproul. Sproul spins a nice backhander to Wu. He cuts in and fires one blocker side that's blocked up in the air and then gloved. A nice save there. And a great job to keep an eye on that puck by the goaltender. Sproul leans over the face-off dot. An offensive zone draw. Sends it forward towards the net, just wide of the cage. Jersey able to break it out to center where it's broken up by Ofterheide. Now Sproul. Sproul will wind and fire. That stick on puck blocked to the netting. Minute 15 to play. Penguins will get a line change. It'll be Filiaggi to take the draw to the right of the goaltender. One back to Villela. Villela tries to go up the boards. First pass blocked. Second one followed on by Filiaggi. It'll be put to Evans. Evans will dump it to the corner for Real. As they spin off, Evans open, and an absolute snot rocket from Cameron Evans. On the one-time feed from Jack Real, he winds up and drives one to the top corner blocker side. And he's popping bottles, baby. A great switch there out of the corner as Real came up. Evans drove to the middle. Real saw him and fed that pass right over for the one-timer that gets blasted through. The referees are going to check the net to see if Evans put a hole in it. They'll have an offensive zone draw here. 56 seconds to play in the period as it's Merlot keeping it at the point, but only briefly. They'll gain control at center, and Jack Real will pick it up in the Pens end. Over to Julius. Julius back up for Filiaggi. Filiaggi leaves it for Real. He'll shoot high blocker side. Blockered away, it'll be Evans to the corner. Swipes it back for Real in a similar fashion to the last one. Now Real gets it at center. He taps it up to Julius, who finds Evans in the offensive zone. Driving the corner, Evans and Julius kind of tie each other up a bit. The Rockets will come in to help out. As Filiaggi gets control, drives the corner. Sends it further for Evans. Now Real. Real out of the corner. Looking. He'll send it across to Julius. Julius looking to the middle. He'll take it behind the net instead. Back to the point for Merlot, who looked for Evans. That horn will tell you that it is the end of the first period, and your Penguins lead 2-0 here from the Lemieux Center. We'll be back with the second period action. Welcome back to the Lemieux Center, where your Penguins lead 2-0 over the New Jersey Rockets. After one, it's great to see Brody Carter back on the ice after taking a hit from behind earlier. Doesn't miss a shift. That kid's tough as nails. Schub to the middle for Carter, and he almost paid him back in the best way possible. Back checking is Filiaggi, as we will play rotating centers here. Filiaggi's going to take the Carter and Schub line as a Penguin tripped on the wall. No call. It results in a great scoring chance for the Rockets, as these referees have swallowed their whistles. It'll be Carter leaving it for Schub, tapping it to Filiaggi. He'll spin one towards the net that skips just wide of the post. Filiaggi in on the forecheck. Now Shub as the Rockets weave through center. Now they're going to call that. We have a kid boarded. We had a clear trip, but the Penguins are going to get called for a slash. So the Pens will have a defensive zone draw. The penalty killers for the Penguins will be Sproul and Paris, Alfterheide and Merlot. 14:01 to play, second period action. Sproul wins the draw, back to Alfterheide. He'll rim it around. We kept at the point by the Rockets' Albu. Battle in the corner for Merlot. Rockets come off that battle. Merlot with a good stick to turn him back towards the corner. They'll play the puck behind the net. Setting up in Gretzky's office and carrying it to the corner. A toe drag attempt to get it to the middle, swiped away by the Pens and carried out the center by Paris. Rockets will regain control and head back to the Pens end. Around one, a centering pass, paddled away by Clutter as the Rockets jam away at the side of the cage. It'll be swiped and cleared by Sproul. It'll be an icing. Penguins will change penalty killers. It'll be Armstrong with Evans, Starr, and Julius. Evans wins it back to Starzy. Starzy tries to wedge it up the wall. There's a couple of Rockets in the way, and they'll battle along that wall. Rockets come away with it to the half wall. Back to the point. Now to the half wall. Spun to the corner. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Back to the point. Back to the half wall. Opposite point, a one-timer. Bouncing in, that's a dangerous, difficult play. The bouncing puck is out on the side of the cage. And they're gonna say it's in the net. An absolute ground ball up the middle. Bounces around and whacking away at it at the side of the cage with the Rockets, and I guess they got it to go by Clutter. So a gift from the gentlemen in stripes. After a few missed calls, the Rockets get a power play, and they'll make it a 2-1 game. Coach Conway asking the referees for some explanation. I don't think he's buying their explanation, but it doesn't matter. Speaking of Coach Conway, the Penguins are coached by head coach Ray Conway, assistant coach Jason Julius and Chris Shub. Evans shoots one in. He'll crash into the net, knocked down on the play. Wu gets to it behind. Wu's centering the Evans. Real pair now. Over to Wu. To Villela. He weaves in, shovels it to the middle. Real swipes at it off the goalie and just past the stick of Wu. Wu will shoot one back in front. A bouncing puck eludes the stick of Evans in the corner. It'll be kept in by Wu on the half wall. Centering feed, nobody home, but Jack Reel wedges away at it. Couldn't quite dislodge the puck. It's back out the center for Villela. He'll send it to Wu. He's got Reel streaking. Tries for him. Blocked by the Rockets, picked up by Evans. He'll cut to the middle. He'll fire one high glove side off the glove and then the bar. Reel to the puck. Swiping it across. One-timer for Evans. Off the top of the net. Hits the top of the crossbar. Another good feed from Reel. Evans back on it. Wedging it up the wall. Now Merlot turns with it. Gets it caught in his feet. It'll be knocked back out to center. He'll possess the puck. He's got Alfterheide on the opposite side, and he'll use it. 2-1 Pens lead as the Rockets with a power play goal. Alfterheide into the corner. Defended well by New Jersey. They'll bang and bump. Rio comes away with it. Feeding it across the ice. He was looking for Filiaggi, who's on. Carter joins him. Now Shub onto the ice. Centering pass gathered in by Julius, but out at center, and the Penguins will regroup. It'll be the form of Merlot to the left wing corner. Looking, centering one off a rocket right to Carter. His shot blocked out front. Spinning with it, Filiaggi, and that's fought off and held. Great positioning by the netminder out at the top of his crease to gobble that one up and keep it a 1-goal game. Colder in here than usual. Usually this barn is nice and roasty, toasty. Looks like a Pens Elite girls dance-off in the stands as these Penguins get a ton of support. Along the boards, it's Shub. Now Filiaggi trying to center it off of a skate. Wrapped up the boards, it'll be Starr. Starr back to Shub. Shub looking. He tries for Villela, it's behind him. And that'll clear the zone. It'll be Starr picking it up at center. Penguins looking to get that one back. It'll be Shub for Carter. It's off a rocket stick, pressured by Villela. Carter with great back pressure there to cover for the streaking Pens defenseman. As two players come together, neither of them go down. Filiaggi comes away with it. Offensive zone, weaving through. His centering pass is picked off. And here comes a dangerous rocket down the ice. Weaving to one side of Villela, cutting back to the other before having it swiped away by the back-checking Brody Carter. Shub hits Filiaggi. He taps it through to Carter, who's, as the puck spins in on net, it'll be gobbled up and held. Penguins will get a line change, as will the Rockets. Face-off will come to the left of the Rocket cage. Seriously, capacity crowd here on a Sunday. It's great to see the support. Sproul tries to tap it back to the point. That's picked off by Leary. He'll send it all the way in on Clutter, who's able to get a cover. Looks like we have lots of friends and family, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, nieces, nephews, all in attendance, as well as, like I said, some of the girls staying. They just got done playing a game earlier. They've decided to stay and support these guys. You have a Mike tournament on the other side. I think the 11s, some of the 11s and 12s are here. Watching as well, cheering on this Penguins team as we get a conversation between the referees. They're talking to Ray Conway, Penguins coach. And the Pens are getting a penalty on Clutter. The officials have called Preston Clutter for a penalty. Penguins will put Evans and Reel out. They trying to send a message here. Evans fires one off the blocker's side. Picked up by Reel in the corner. They'll run some clock. I mean, they've missed boarding calls. They've missed some clear things. Thought they were letting things go both ways. And now we have back-to-back just, I don't know. Getting homered at home is a unique talent that these Penguins teams have. Shot in by Reel. Possessed by the Rockets. Can they get things set up? Penguins wound 30 seconds off this power play to Clutter. And there's no more of a person they would rather kill a penalty for than their goaltender, because that kid stands in there and gets whacked by pucks on a daily basis. So none of these kids mind going out there and working their tails off for this. It's into the Penguin zone to be wedged to the corner by Julius. Back to the point. Pressure coming from Evans. Spun point to point. Reel will get in. He'll block the shot. Him and Evans can take off here. He'll carry to the right, tapping it by. And it's about time the Zebras saw that one. It'll end the power play as Real driven into the wall. And we'll get 4-on-4 hockey. Penguins have Wu and Paris, two centers on the ice. Wu fires one from a tough angle to be picked up by the Rockets. Defended by Starr. Brought on, stopping in the corner. Armstrong on the ice, the Pens will go to the power play here. They'll put Brody Carter out. Wu, around one, weaving, firing. Goes off of a player, then off the head of Carter. A centering feed by Starr, tipped away by the Rockets, but battled for behind the cage by Paris. Swiping it out in front, Carter at the side of the cage. Let him whack a little more, it might end up in the net. 7:46 to play, second period. Penguins with 43 seconds left with the man advantage. It'll be Penguins winning the draw. Ofterheide setting it up. Now Villela. Back to Ofty. Ofty finds Filiaggi. Half wall. Back to Ofty. He draws two defenders, shoots it to Filiaggi, who centers one that eludes the stick of Shuby. The Penguins defenseman switching spots here as Ofterheide picks it up. They'll switch back. Ofterheide controlling at the point. 14 seconds left on the power play. Over to Villela. Centering pass deflected by the stick of a Rocket. Rimmed back for Villela. Kept at the point by Ofterheide. Right to the middle for Carter. Carter back in front. Bouncing puck. It's cleared by New Jersey. And the players out of the box. Shuby will carry it into the offensive zone now. Sending it in front, off of Filiaggi, spun around by a Rocket defender, cleared to the corner where Filiaggi will get there. They'll leave it behind for Carter. Carter possesses, working the half wall, spinning right off of it, hitting Villela, back to Carter. Villela, it's like the Pens are still on the power play here as they center it back to Ofterheide. He walks right down Main Street, wrist shot blocked. Shuby battles in front. Popped around and cleared to the blue line, but no further. Villela keeps it. Now Shuby along the wall. Penguins will regroup at center, but it's Filiaggi finding Sproul fresh off the bench. Fresh legs, driving in, shooting one just wide to the blocker side. As the Rockets send it all the way down, it'll go wide of Clutter for an icing. Apparently the call on Clutter was when he covered the puck, he swiped the puck away and it went down to the other side. The referees got together and determined that that was going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call. So the unsportsmanlike conduct call on Clutter for swiping the puck. It'll be Paris at the point. Covering for Julius, who's down the half wall. Pens will battle along the boards. Sproul has it bounce over his stick, but it'll be kept by Julius, who finds the opposite corner. Tracking it there, Sproul. Able to get control, working it in front to Paris. Swipe that. Now Merlot. Merlot keeps it, but only briefly. It'll come back to the point for Paris. Paris will collect it at the Penguin blue line. The Rockets take it away. Centering feed just past the stick It'll be gathered by Sproul. He tries to tap it by. Nice play by the defenseman of the Rockets there to keep it in. Julius will try the opposite side, looking for Armstrong. It's behind him, and the Rockets come back to the Penguin line. Julius again as the Rockets put it in on an offside play. The faceoff will come at the Penguin blue line. 4:55 to play second period. Penguins leading 2-1. Wu to the faceoff circle. Chipped by, gathered by the Rockets. They got one going to the middle. They'll get it to him. And he is unable to complete the play. Evans will get there to pop it off the wall to Wu. Wu at center to Reel. Great breakout for the Pens. Reel tries to fire it across. I think he was looking for Villela. Reel hauled down on the play. Again, no call. Reel gets a call now for a body check. Wu to take the faceoff. They'll win it back to Villela. He rims it around for Starr. Starr in a battle along the boards, able to get it up to Evans. Evans can't quite clear it. He and Wu will play. Evans is going to be on the off-wing side here on this PK. Two lefties. Wedged off the boards by Villela, gathered in by Evans. Evans safely out to center. Bounces over the stick of a Rocket. Wu will chase it down. Goalie out to play it. Wu tracks it to the corner. Picked up by New Jersey. And brought up through center. Aufderheide with the defense in the neutral zone. He'll gain control. Tapping it all the way to the Rocket blue line where he skates into it. Weaving through, shooting one that's thick on puck deflected behind the net. Evans tracking it down. Can't get there. It'll be Wu keeping it on the half wall. He'll play it back for Evans. Evans fights through a check, comes through to the opposite half wall, stopping, spinning, turning, cutting to the middle. He'll wrist and fire one that's gloved down. 28 seconds left on the Reel body check penalty. Penguins will deploy their penalty killers, Merlot, Aufderheide, and the Carter twins. Brody Carter centers it, looking for Carter Shube. Wiped away by the Rockets, carried behind their net, and they'll run a breakout. They're trying to get to the Penguins' end here on this power play. Aufderheide back for Shube to the Rocket line. Back off the stick of Merlot. And the Rockets will enter on an offside play. 6 seconds left on the power play for New Jersey. 3:09 to play in the game. Thank you all for joining us. Remember to subscribe below. You can also find us online, citytv.com, on Twitter, @CityTV, and on Facebook, as well as Instagram. We are not on TikTok because we are also not teenage girls. It'll be an offensive zone draw for Filiaggi. Penalty over to Reel. Firing a shot was Carter. That's blockered away. Again, the Rockets getting very good goaltending for a second straight game against these Pens. Shube sends it to the opposite corner. We pressured behind by Filiaggi. Now picked up by Carter. Swiped away from him. And who's going to win the race? My money's on Jake Starr. He'll get there fast enough to swipe it to the corner. He's tripped behind the net. Not even going to say no call. You already assumed that. Filiaggi able to put it up to Shube at the half wall. Centering feed to Carter. Carter tries to go back to Filiaggi. I'm sorry, that was Julius on the rush. Now Carter, actual Carter with it. Centering one. Blocked aside by the Rockets. Filiaggi behind the net. Now Starr. Starr looking. He'll shoot. Has eyes, goes through. Shube cross-checked in front, but with the big screen were the Penguins. And there's Jake Starr, the Constellation Kid. And the stars align for a Penguin goal. And they take a 3-1 lead with 2:07 to play. Jake Starr from the point. It'll be an onside play for Armstrong into the zone. Swiped away by the Rockets. Albu up the wing. An important play again here. Right after a goal, the next shift, huge shift, minute 55. It'll be Paris, Sproul, and Armstrong, Ofterheide and Villela. One back to Ofterheide, banked off the boards out the center. Sproul swipes it to the blue line. It'll be gathered there, D-to-D play by the Rockets to change the attack angle. They'll get Shen free into the offensive zone where he's defended by Ofterheide and Villela along the wall. Armstrong follows on. Uses the body. Now Sproul banks it off the boards. Centering feed to Armstrong. Armstrong offensive zone. Chips it past the defender. Tries to track it down. It'll be gloved and covered. A swipe by Sproul. A Rocket takes a bit of offense to it, but smartly, cooler heads prevail. Because if he would have gone after him, I even think these guys would have had to make that call. Harris to the dot. Wins it cleanly back to Merlot. He'll rim it behind for Sproul. Sproul centering feed. He was looking for Paris. Ramps off of a Rocket stick. This one shot back in front. Spun just wide by Paris. Sproul in on the forecheck. Kept at the half wall by Julius. Supported well by Armstrong. He keeps it at the blue line. Now we get a bit of a rugby scrum. They'll bump, they'll grind, and it's William Sproul coming away with it. Cutting to the middle. Rimmed around by the Rockets, but kept on the opposite side by Merlot this time. They'll get support from Armstrong. And the Rockets will swipe it away and come back out the center. Red line and a bit of a move to the inside of Julius that's defended by Merlot. Now Julius. Julius will go heavy off the boards. That's put right back onto his stick. And he'll skate out. Carrying to Armstrong, to Sproul. Sproul into the Rocket zone. Changing the shooting angle, feeding it back in front, but just behind Paris, who was streaking down the middle. Penguin Star steps up as Rockets will enter the zone with a 3-on-2, but the Penguins, all five back checking hard, able to break the play up. The Rockets will dump it in, but it's an offside play, and they're going to bring it all the way back. They'll call an intentional offsides. An offensive zone draw for the Penguins. It'll be Reel, Wu, Evans, Villela, and Starzy. 10.9 to play second period. Penguins lead 3-1. Wu to Reel. Reel looked like he was going to go to the point. Instead, peels off, finds Villela. His shot in front. Evans picks it up, fires a backhander that's kept out. And after the whistle, we'll get the horn just about a split second later, and that'll end the second period. The Pens leading by a score of 3-1. Intermission we go. right, we'll switch sides. We're going to put 15 minutes on the clock, and we're going to settle this one on the ice. It's a 3-1 Penguins lead as we head to the third period between the Penguins and the New Jersey Rockets. The Rockets still gathered around their head coach. Penguins doing an excellent job controlling the majority of the play here. The Rockets are getting fantastic goaltending yet again. As it'll be Paris between Reel and Evans. Paris wins it back to Starr. Starr weaves through center, running into the back of Jack Reel, but it'll get to the Rocket zone nonetheless. Reel battles along the wall, wedges it by. There in support is Paris. Up the wall, Evans will keep it. Evans to the middle and swiped away by New Jersey. It'll be Paris on the back check, forcing a dump and chase. Starr in to get it. Pressured from behind, he'll rim it around for Villela. Nice little stick pop there. Off the boards for Reel. He swipes at it, can't get control. The Rockets will. Reel gets right back in it, plays takeaway, and he's into the offensive zone. Trying to cut to the middle. He'll carry to the corner, setting one up. Evans swipes at it. Off the wall will come, stopping and starting. Back in front, looking, firing off the side of the post. That's the second post, I think, for Evans in this one. Aufderheide now. Fakes one way, moves the other. He'll shoot. Evans down to his knees, tries to deflect it. It'll come to Reel. He taps it forward, can't get it through. And the Rockets will clear out the center where Merlot will take it over. Knocked down on the play, and the Rockets come through. It's a one-on-one against Aufderheide. The Rockets carrying speed into the middle, swiping it in on Clutter, who's there to make the save and cover up. Defensive zone draw for the Pens. It'll be Wu with the Carter twins, Merlot and Julius on the back end. Wu up the boards, looking for Brody Carter. Swipes it through back to Wu. Kept by Shen, but only briefly. Cross ice feed by Wu, misses Shuby, and back come the Rockets. Into the Penguin zone, defended by Merlot. Drop pass to Leary. Leary fought off there by the Penguin defender. Merlot supported by Shub. Shub will take control and fire it up to Carter. Tries to split the defense, gets it all the way to the corner. They'll chase down after it. Nice body position there to get control and tap it to the corner. Wu follows on. It'll be Julius getting to it at the point. Rockets spin it back to the blue line. Carter covering. Gets it to Shub. Swiped back out the center by New Jersey where the Pens will reset. It's Starr twisting one way, turning the other, hitting Shub. Right back looking for Starr. In on sides is Shub. Shub has it knocked away, but able to keep control now. Down the wall, looking for Wu. Wu to the middle. Carter weaves around one, can't get the shot through. It'll be cleared off the glove of Julius. No icing, and the Pens will pick things up. Julius fakes one way, twists the other. Down to a knee. Able to get it over to Sproul. It goes between his legs. Dumped back into the corner. And now the Rockets will get in after it. 13.5 to play here. Third period action. Penguins leading 3-1. And a chance to take the showcase victory. As Starr weaves in, winds in. He's got a goal in this one. He centers it. Great stick lift there by the back-checking Rocket. Sproul controls the puck, comes out, hits Armstrong, who sends it off the side of the cage. Sproul pinned against the glass as it's worked to the corner. It'll be Starr. Back to the corner for Armstrong. Comes all the way behind for Sproul. Sproul protecting. Tried to pass it to Filiaggi. A great stick there. It'll be kept in at the blue line, though, by the Penguins forward. Filiaggi weaving, winding, shooting high blocker side, and he just misses. As the people go crazy at Sir Pizza right now. Armstrong with the puck. Dumping to Starr. Starr back down the wall. Penguins in control here this shift. Spinning it back in front. There's Sproul with a wrist shot, glove to side. Cleared by the Rockets and out. Penguins will probably be looking for fresh legs. The Rockets make a change. Penguins will re-enter with Armstrong, though. Back to the middle, Sproul. tapped away from him into the corner. Penguins get fresh defenseman on. Armstrong hustling on the back check to break things up. Off the ride to Villela. Harris is on. Penguins need to get the other part of the unit out. Armstrong's going to make a change. Sproul weaves in, left side, shot up, high blocker side, blocked away. Now it's Sproul trying to backhand her. That was a great move. Side of the net. He's still on the puck. Wedged off of his stick, it'll be Real. Real to the corner. Stopping, twisting, into the feet of the official. Pinned along the boards as he'll peel off. Looking. He'll shoot, and it's deflected. And into the net it goes. It'll be the twinkling lights of Paris. With the deflection in front. And the Penguins take a 4-1 lead as it came off of Paris into the net. A deflection, 4-1 Penguin. Pens will ice it off the next faceoff here. $11:22 to play, third period. It'll be Evans up the wall, finding Real. Real crisscross, he's got Paris with him. Real to Paris, he taps it just wide. Back to Paris in the corner. He tries to center it, that's deflected and carried to the half wall. Bounced up and out of the zone to be gathered by Merlot. Merlot to Ofterheide. Ofterheide in his own end. He'll reverse around to Merlot. It'll come all the way free to Real. Real tries to center. Sent back into the Penguins' end, but Paris will get it out. And skating to it is Evans at the blue line. Carrying in offensive zone. He'll feed it in front. Tipped off the stick of Ofterheide. He was looking for Paris backside. And now Evans is going to... The Goon Evans is going to take a penalty. They're going to call Evans for a hook. It'll be Starr just tripped off the face-off, no call. So Evans with the hook and the Rockets to the power play. Power play that starts with a trip and Jersey able to control. Down 4-1 here. Shot from the point. Skips to the corner. They'll play catch. Rockets setting things up. The Albu at the point. Running with extra forwards, it looks like here. Centering pass. Kicked aside by Clutter. Brought on by Starr. Starr able to chip it all the way to the Rockets' end. They'll chase it down. Rockets carry behind their net, looking for some protection from the on-charging Starr. Brody Carter on the back check, angling over to Shub. Able to be picked up by Villela. Sent to the blue line, but not out. Picked up by the Rockets and dumped to the corner. It'll be Brody Carter back to get it. Starr to the puck in the corner. He'll pin it against the wall as we're down to 15 seconds left on the Evans minor. Now it's Shub back to Starr. Starr banks it up off the boards for Shub. He wedges at it, can't get it out, but Starr will. No icing, and the penalty is expired. 9:03 to play. Third period action. Penguins leading the Rockets 4-1. New Jersey carrying up through center. The back checked by Filiaggi, picked up by Shub, and he'll fire it from outside of the blue line in on net where it's stopped and held. 8:45 to play. It'll be Filiaggi, Sproul, and Armstrong. Aufderheide and Villela. New Jersey's Yedwab out to center. Centering feed. Picked up by Aufderheide. We'll fire it up to Filiaggi. Filiaggi into the offensive zone. Weaving to the right wing corner. Defended well, supported by Armstrong. He'll get in a battle, stick up high. As it's wedged forward to Sproul. He comes off the wall. Weaving in front. Carrying for a shot that's tipped out. Now Filiaggi follows on. Able to get it to Sproul, whacking away at the side of the cage. And coming through with multiple shots to the back of Armstrong. As the Penguins dig in looking for the puck. It'll be Paris, Evans, and Reel. Face off won by Paris to Evans. Evans to Julius. Julius rims it around for Reel. Reel tries to center it. It's picked off, and Merlot picks it back off at center. Shooting one. Evans in front. Tackled. Covered. Well outside of the crease. A great job of cutting the angle there again. Evans on the faceoff. He'll tap it forward behind. Centering pass. Looking for Paris. Cut off and cleared, but not out by New Jersey. Merlot keeps. Down the wall to Reel. Reel taps it back to the corner. Reversed towards Paris. Off the wall and carried out by the Rockets. Dumping all the way to the Penguins end. Defended down to the corner. Julius will pick it up. He'll reverse right back to the fallen Rocket. He'll get rid of it up the boards to Reel. Reel with a behind-the-back tap to Paris, who feeds it across to Evans and jumps into the zone just a step off sides. 7:04 to play here. Third period action. I forgot to mention the other assistant coach for the Penguins, Brennan Kaminsky, out with a broken arm. Done for the rest of the season, but he is at every practice, every game. I know he should be working soon as a shot comes in. It's deflected and popped just passed by Shuby. He'll be working out in the gym here soon, I believe, and we wish him a speedy recovery. He's out down there, great teammate. Down there with encouraging words, it looks like after every shift. The Rockets carry to center. Villela turns them back to their blue line where Carter's in on the forecheck. Dislodges the puck. The Rockets will regain control and try again. Just past the stick of Starr. Icing if it's far enough, but it's not as Albu will get there. Centering pass. Sent to the corner by Starzy. Wu in defense. Now Starr. Starr wedging at it with a stick. Side of the cage for Villela. It trickles out in front. It's loose as it's swiped away by Jake Starr. Up through center. Right hand side. He'll wind. He'll fire. Glove side. Kick down. Wu on the forecheck. Spun around. Sproul there to cut it off. Sproul trying for Wu in the middle. It'll come back to Aufderheide as he weaves down Main Street. Shooting it. Passing it to Wu for a one-timer that stopped and held. Rockets win the draw. Neary weaves out the center. Poked away by Merlot. He's able to send it over to the right wing. That's Stepanov. Battled for along the boards. Working it free is Armstrong. He looked for Sproul. He got his skate. It'll be Merlot getting to it. Up ice for Filiaggi. Filiaggi twisting it back for Sproul. It's just between his legs. Armstrong will get there in the corner. Penguins will support. It's Sproul and Filiaggi. As Armstrong battles, it'll be Filiaggi coming away with it. He's got Merlot coming down the backside. He tries for him. It's off a rocket right back out in front to be kicked aside. Now Armstrong gets to the puck. One-handing down by Aufderheide. And we'll have a whistle. Maybe a hand pass, perhaps. Would have gone off a Penguin hand as the faceoff's going to come outside of the zone. 4:31 to play on Cinnamon Swirl. Cine TV, cinetv.com. Remember the merch store, the new merchandise store. Remember to subscribe. As Villela rims it around looking for Carter. Carter can't exit the zone. The Rockets will drive in. Diving play by Villela from behind, poked away by Aufderheide. He's whacked from behind, and there we're going to get a penalty. It'll be a slash. And the Penguins will head to the Sir Pizza power play. Leading 5-1. Wu to take the draw. Hopped forward and rimmed around to Villela at the point. Villela will set it up to Wu. Wu will peel right off the wall, giving him room. He'll fire looking 5-hole. Aufderheide waving high in the air for it. Unable to knock it out of the air, and that's good because it would have come the whole way back to the Penguins' end. He is an excellent lacrosse player, so we're happy those skills weren't utilized there to knock that puck out of the air. He drives to the corner, is knocked down. Shuby will follow on and wedge it back to Aufderheide in the corner. Possessing the puck are the Pens. Switching with Shub as Aufderheide carries it up to the top. Looking. He'll switch with Wu now. Laid down the half wall. There's Villela back to Ofty. Ofty to Wu. Wu. Looking to Carter in front, who sends it in on net. Some pushing and shoving in front of the net. And the Pens are going to get a penalty too, which is an absurd even up call. The Pens are getting an extra penalty. And the kid who hit the player isn't even in the box. Oh, he is. All right. They're going to equal up the calls here. They're going to give 2 penalties to each team as the clown show continues. Now they are going to put the Rockets on a power play. Faceoff is coming back to the Penguin zone. Villela and Carter are in the box. The Rockets got 1 penalty out of that, and the Penguins got 2. Unbelievable. Well, 4-on-4 hockey for 31 seconds here as the remainder of the original slash, the Pens were on the power play, winds down. Then the Rockets are going to get a power play out of this. Merlot will rim it around. He'll catch Julius. Picked up by Filiaggi and carried out through center. He'll leave it for Sproul. He fires one. Filiaggi follows on with the rebound. Sproul there to tap it forward. And the referees allow more physical altercations in the corner from both sides here. They've lost complete control of the game. Sproul will hit Armstrong coming through center. Armstrong weaving to the middle. Tries to get one through, and he'll take a slash. And what the Penguins don't need is to end up on more of a penalty, and Armstrong's going to head off for a high stick. This is a good call. And he's going to get a 10-minute misconduct as well. So Cruz Armstrong, with less than a minute left, takes a 2 and a 10. So it'll be a 5-on-3 Rockets power play, even though the Pens have put 4 players on the ice. It'll be Evans, Alterheide, and Starr. Shot comes in wide of Clutter. Alterheide to it. Shot in again. Clutter keeps it out. Off the, he'll skate it free out the center. 40 seconds left. He'll dump it in. And the Penguins, Evans will win the race to it. And he takes a slash. They'll get that one as he whacks the stick right out of Evans' hand. And I'm sure Cameron Evans has something to say about it. And he's going to get a 10-minute misconduct as well. Whatever he said to Mr. Morgan did not appreciate. Evans wins it to Alterheide. He'll dump it to the corner. High stick on the puck. Evans will go take it. Weave to the middle. And the Rockets get control. 5 seconds left on one of the multitude of penalties on the clock. Starr gets control. Carter onto the ice as Starr cranks one down. It'll be an icing. And the faceoff will come back to the Penguins' end. Six seconds left to play in this one. Evans wins it cleanly back to Starr. Starr pinned against the boards. And here we get a cross check by 20 after the whistle, and this isn't going to be fun. The clown show continues. And the Rockets will head home without a win on the weekend. The referees lost control of this one early, but the Penguins will escape with a 5-1 win and an undefeated weekend. We'll be back in action next week as the 2011s conclude their season in Cleveland, Ohio. With games against the Cleveland Barons, tune in and watch the Squish Tender and team battling it out there. And we are back in action in 2 weeks from Buffalo, New York. I believe some games at the Harbor Center. I don't believe we're going to get an outdoor game, but some games at the Harbor Center on the final weekend for the 2010s, which will be in Buffalo, New York. The 10s exit the ice, victorious and undefeated on the weekend. Thanks for joining us, Cinnamon Swirl TV cameraman Chris Merlot, producer Nick Paris, and play-by-play by Jeremy Evans.